everybody. For today's homework, I've chosen from section 3.1 the question number 11. The reason why I chose this question was because when I first saw it, I thought it was intimidating. There was a lot of information, but after I gathered everything, I actually noticed that it was going to be quite simple. So I'm also going to do two things. I'm going to do it on the long way, and I'm also going to do it on the short way, so that I'll explain both things. So the question is, an object is dropped from the top of a cliff 640 meters high. Its height above the ground t seconds after it is dropped is 640 minus 4.9 t squared. Determine its speed 9 seconds after it is dropped. So out of this question, we are actually able to gather two pieces of information. We can have here our f of x, and we also know when is it that we need to determine the speed. So with that information taken, I'll go ahead and do that f of x, or an f of t in this case, will equal 640 minus 4.9 t squared, and that we need to find it when t equals 9. Now we also know that the derivative of t will equal the velocity, so that will help us actually find the speed that we're looking for. So for this, we will resolve then derivative of t equals 640, equals that when the limit of h is approaching 0, then we have 640 minus 4.9 h plus t square minus 640 minus 4.9 t square. So that's the first thing that we need to do, and all of this divided by h. So from here we will say that the limit when h is approaching 0 is going to be 640 minus 4.9 times h squared plus 2ht plus t squared minus 640 plus 4.9 t squared, and then again all divided by h. So from this one of the very first things that we can do is we have 640 and minus 640. So these two are going to cancel themselves. So then for our next round, we are going to multiply 4.9 times h2 plus 2ht plus h2, and then we have plus 4.9 t squared. So we're going to do at the limit when h approaches 0, it's minus 4.9 h squared minus 9.8 ht minus 4.9 t squared plus 4.9 t squared, and then all divided again by h. And then from here we will notice that we have a plus 4.9 t squared and a minus 4.9 t squared. So those two are going to cancel themselves too. So from here we have that the limit when h is approaching 0, it's minus 4.9 h squared minus 9.8 ht, all divided by h. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to eliminate the h's. So there's an h here, there's an h here, and we will take care of this one h up there. And so this will leave me with that the limit when h is approaching 0 of minus 4.9 h minus 9.8 t. It's going to be my velocity. So we're going to assume that then we're hitting that x0, and then the velocity is going to equal minus 9.8 t. And then what we wanted to know originally, it's when t was 9. So we're going to resolve this as minus 9.8 times 9, which will equal 88.2 negative. But since we're talking about heights, then we know that the answer is just going to be 88.2. So that's the long way. Now we're going to do it the short way. So for the short way, what we have is that the function of x, whoops, that was a little bit too much. The function of t, actually, it's going to equal 640 minus 4.9 t squared. Now, I hope you guys were able to see the video where they actually show us some shortcuts on how to do the derivatives, because that will definitely help. I really find it super helpful. So what they're saying is if we do the derivative of f of t, then any number will always equals 0. And then we do the minus. We have 4.9. For any exponential, what we can do is we can actually take the exponential, in this case 2, and bring it down. So we're going to do 2. Oh, that's a horrible 2. Let's do 2 times t, and then we do the exponential minus 1. So this will be minus 4.9 times 2 times t, because 2 minus 1 will be 1. And then this will equal then minus 4.9 times 2 is going to be minus 9.8 t, and we wanted to find the solution when t equals 9, so that will be minus 9.8 times 9. Oh, it's a horrible 9 again. 9, and even worse, 9, and it was equal minus 88.2. And again, because we're looking into the velocity, then this would be just 88.2. So we have two different ways and same solution, 88.2, 88.2. Hope you guys understood it, and please let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you.